Hi, today we're gonna talk about the filler, how to fill up those pages. So filler is whatever you're reading, whatever you're playing, whatever you're watching, it's all that bullshit. It's a filler. You have your storyline and there are important points in this storyline. But everything in between those important points, it's a filler. Filler is basically describing to the audience what is going on, where they are, what is coming, giving them more information. Filler, it's giving information. So if you think about this, not like about boring thing that just has to be done because you want to tell end of your story and you just have to fill out those pages and you don't want to do this really, and think about the filler, about combine filler with one sentence, make it fun, because filler is boring from the beginning. It's really boring. It's like, okay, they go from A to B, but something has to happen and we have to say something about this. And yeah, in real life, filler is like, we rented a car, they checked our credit card, we gave the deposit, the lady wasn't nice, then we took the car, we went to the zoo, then to the Disneyland, and then something, and you're starting already be bored because you're describing just the stuff from your normal day life. And this is okay because we are experiencing life all the time, and it's a lot of time it's boring. It's just like things that you have to do to get somewhere where you want to be. But in the games, books, or movies, the filler can be exciting. And the more exciting filler is for you, the more exciting story you're gonna create. You really should remember that filler means make it fun. Every boring part, make it fun. You have a crazy idea for a filler? Okay, I don't know, they were on an airport and there was a guy from the zoo that needed a lift, and they are going also in the same direction, so hop in. The guy takes them to the zoo, but in a different way. And this wouldn't happen if you didn't take the guy, if you don't want to make it fun, like something interesting is happening, and the filler, it's just boring part. This never happens. But if the filler is an interesting part and you want the filler to be interesting, then you can make it because you are the creator. You don't have to describe reality in the books as it is in the real life. Okay, it's real life can be more crazy than every book you read or you have read. In the stories, you can go really crazy with the filler. I remember the moment of my first book when I was writing and I didn't had any idea how to write a book. And I need a filler. I need to fill those pages. I had my like structure, more or less, storyline. And there were some events that I was going through, but I didn't know how to move the person, the main character, to this event, and I had to fill out pages, just create something. And I remember that I sat one day, with a laptop, and I was like, I have nothing. I really have nothing. Sometimes I make a notes, like I finish like my pages, and I make notes for the next day, like what points I wanna have while I'm writing, and this is very helpful. But there were moments that I sat with the laptop and I was like, oh man, I have nothing, completely nothing. Like, I know I have to do it. I have nothing. How am I supposed to fill up those pages? And this was like a writing exercise for me, because I just wrote in my notebook, socks. Let's make it crazy. Let's try this. They're gonna buy socks. And I made this sub chapter about buying socks, but I made it interesting, because why they are buying socks, but one of the main characters are talking, and they're investigating the past of one of the main characters, and one of the main characters is opening and telling what is going on, what happened, who they are. And this was because I just wrote, they are buying the socks. I don't have, like whatever, like completely boring Christmas gift for every man. They are buying socks. They're just gonna buy socks. And I made this subchapter when I was reviewing the book a few years later, and I thought that the moments that I felt like inspired, and I wrote them, and they are amazing. I was reading them and I was like, they're okay, they're good. But then I was reviewing this part that I was so bored. I didn't have anything. I was just like scrapping. It was just like going through the mud to just fill up the pages, to make this filler. And then I read this sub-chapter about buying the socks. And suddenly it was emotional. And it was like really told you more about one of the main characters than anything that I wrote before. And I was like, damn, it was just filler. I said I had nothing. I just started writing, and I was like, okay, let's just how much I have, this much is gonna be for today. And it was interesting. It was really interesting, and it was interesting for me as a writer, because at that moment I knew my character more, and I was like, oh, now I know this character, now I know who this person is more. And they were buying socks. So if you have a filler to do, and most of the stories it's filler, make it fun. Make it fun for you, because the audience, everyone can interpret in their own way. But if you make it fun for you, it's gonna be completely different play, and you're gonna have fun. And you should have fun creating a story, because if you have a fun, there's a big chance that I'm gonna have fun reading it. This is like a kind of virus, I guess. Like, you feel it, and I feel your enthusiasm, and it's kind of good energy. So I'm like, yeah, it's kind of cool. I don't like bikes, but you are so excited to go ride a bike. Yeah, I can go with you. We can ride bikes in the city. Let's check it out. I don't like riding bike, but maybe it's gonna be fun. So if you make it fun for you when you are creating the story, there's also a big chance that I'm gonna have fun reading it. And for me, this filler with the socks, this was like an important lesson. And I learned a lot about this. And every time I don't have anything, because sometimes I sit down and I had ideas, I had inspirations, I use them, and I have nothing, and I'm not scared anymore, because I remember, oh, make it fun. And then I make some ridiculous idea in my head and just write this idea, and then it's like, okay, from A to B, action and reaction. I had this idea. From this idea, it's going to be this reaction. Let's go crazy. So yeah, filler. Fill up those pages and make it fun. See you next time.